a common park in China, something extraordinary happens. Parents negotiating marriages for their children as if they were in a supermarket. Is it reality or fiction? Welcome to the intriguing world of marriage markets in China, where love is literally a family business. In these markets, we find anxious parents displaying posters with details of their children, age, height, education, and even salary, all in search of the perfect match. But what drives this tradition? Before we explore this question, subscribe to the channel to receive more fascinating discoveries like this. Is this fair a manifestation of love and concern, or a deep-rooted social pressure? And more importantly, how do young Chinese really feel about their futures being negotiated in a public park? Let's talk to real participants, dive into the stories behind these ads, and uncover the hidden truths of these marriage markets. To truly understand the nature of these markets, we need to delve into their origin. They emerged as a pragmatic response to the singles crisis in urban China. Traditionally, in Chinese cultures, the responsibility to marry and continue the family line is paramount. So, when urbanization and modernization began to change the priorities of the young, many parents became worried about the possibility of their children remaining single. Now, these markets are seen in different ways in Chinese society. For the older generation, many see it as an act of love and dedication. They are willing to do everything to ensure a good marriage for their children. On the other hand, the younger generation, especially those with a strong sense of independence and modernity, often see it as an intrusion into their personal lives. Some young people even express a certain embarrassment and frustration with their parents' efforts. There is also an intriguing aspect. With the gender imbalance caused by the one-child policy, there are now millions more men than women in China. This has created a highly competitive marriage market, where some men struggle to find a partner. This imbalance affects social dynamics and even strategies in the marriage markets. Let's walk through the corridors of this market, reading some of the posters. Here, a father describes his 28-year-old daughter as well-educated, with a good job, but still looking for her true love. In another, a 30-year-old man, tall, with a degree from a prestigious university, but shy to find a match. These descriptions are just the tip of the iceberg. Now let's talk to some of the parents here. Why do they feel the need to come to these markets? What is the hope and story behind each poster? Our first encounter is with Mrs. Wang, whose 32-year-old son works as an engineer. She shares with us her motivations and hopes, revealing a tender and concerned look from a mother. As we talk to Mrs. Wang, a man approaches, clearly upset. He accuses parents like her of being stuck in the past and interfering too much in their children's lives. The tension is palpable. The man, Mr. Li, is a father, but he is here to protest the market. "My son should find love on his own," he asserts with conviction. This confrontation reveals a deep generational divide and the complexity of feelings around these markets. But the story gets even more intriguing. As we explore further, we find young people disguised, taking pictures of the posters. They are here secretly to see if their parents have advertised them. A young woman who asks to be called only Jia reveals that she accidentally discovered she was on the market and is shocked. "This is not how I want to find someone," she confesses, showing the struggle between tradition and modernity. And the surprise doesn't stop there. We also discover intermediaries, people who offer to help parents in the search for the perfect match for their children, for a small fee. Some of these intermediaries seem to operate on the edge of ethics. As we investigate further, we find stories of deceit and false promises, casting a shadow over the market. And you, what do you think about these marriage markets? Would you put your resume in this market? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion. In this melting pot of emotions, traditions, and modern challenges, each person we meet has a unique story to tell. Now let's explore a recent and surprising twist in these marriage markets. Recently, a viral video attracted international attention. In it, a young African man who has lived in China for 5 years and speaks fluent Mandarin decides to set up his own table in the market. The reaction he receives is nothing short of extraordinary. He catches the attention of many, including a young Chinese woman equipped with 3 cell phones. She records the entire event, live streaming and sharing the experience with her friends. People around are clearly intrigued, asking various questions, all answered by the young man in impeccable Mandarin. His ability to communicate in this language and his unique presence in the market create a buzz, with many impressed and delighted by his participation. The presence of the young African in the Chinese marriage market is more than just a passing curiosity. It is a window into the peculiar and the unexpected. Imagine the scene: a foreigner in distant lands, not only speaking the local language fluently, but also diving into one of its most intimate and controversial traditions. His table in the market attracts surprised looks, curious laughter, and a wave of genuine interest. The young woman recording with 3 cell phones is not just a spectator. She becomes part of the story, a bridge between the live event and the online world. And the reactions of people are equally fascinating. Some show admiration, others astonishment, but all are clearly captivated. This leads us to wonder, what really attracts people to these marriage markets? Is it the search for love and compatibility, or the sheer fascination with the unusual and the unexpected? This peculiar interaction in the marriage market underscores the fluid and ever-changing nature of traditions. It shows how young people, both local and foreign, are redefining social and cultural norms. What was once a space dominated by concerned parents is now transforming into a stage for dynamic cultural exchanges and unexpected innovations. This event is a microcosm of today's globalized society, a place where different cultures meet and interact in surprising ways, creating new narratives and possibilities. The young African in the Chinese marriage market is not just a participant. He is a symbol of the interconnectedness of our modern world. In the end, the marriage markets in China are more than just a simple tradition or a peculiar custom. They are a living stage where tradition meets modernity, where the past and present intertwine, and where the future of love and relationships is constantly reimagined. This unique place, with its stories of hope, challenge, and change, is a vivid reflection of the evolving Chinese society. And for us, outside observers, it offers a fascinating window to understand not just Chinese culture, but also the universal ways love, family, and social relationships are perceived and experienced around the world. If you found this video informative and intriguing, remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more cultural explorations and fascinating stories. See you tomorrow when we will discover another surprising corner of our diverse world.